we are at Alignment du Ménec at Karnak, and I am surrounded by stones. Never seen anything quite like it. Karnak consists of something like 3,000 stones. It dates up to 4,500 BC, so something like 7,000 years old, and it's an absolute mystery. Unlike what you see on the British Isles, where you have stone circles and henges, there's nothing like that here. Carnac consists of stone rows, menhirs, dolmens, tumuli, which are like mounds, and it's incredible. And Karnak here, like Karnak Temple in Egypt, is quite overwhelming. The number of megaliths here, it's my mind is truly blown. And this is clearly a very special, sacred place. I'm just like absolutely buzzing. I've never seen anything like it. It's stones for as far as you can see. So let's go and have a look. So here I am amongst the stones, Alignment du Ménec at Karnak, and mind is officially blown. Nothing but questions here. What was the purpose of this site? Why was it built? Nobody knows. Was it a giant astronomical calendar? Was it to allow farmers to enable them to know when to plant their crops? Was it a place of religious ceremony? Was it a site to honour the ancient ancestors? Merlin always comes into the mix with Karnak, where these stones, the folklore goes, they were Roman soldiers and turned to stone. Also read that it's thought it could well be a massive big detector to detect for potential earthquakes, but no one knows. It's all absolute theory, speculation, and people choose what they want to believe. My line of thinking always leads to a source of energy, the ley lines. There's ley lines all over Brittany, and certainly my experiences in Egypt, I think energy is key. So are these stones, were they built? Was it some form of, or was it used to create energy? I don't know. It's all part of this mystery and intrigue, and all part of this journey that I'm on. So I'm definitely a big believer that all these sites are connected somehow, that there did exist an ancient, advanced, global civilization. There's clearly a connection. Karnak itself dates back to, they reckon, 4,500 BC, from 4,500 BC to 2,500 BC, something along those lines. So it's up to 7,000 years old, which makes this site older than what you see on the British Isles, older than the standing stones in Ménec and the Orkney Islands, or Stonehenge, or Avebury. So, where the ancient builders, the megalithic sites you see in the British Isles, did they originate from here in France? Kind of makes sense, wouldn't it? Did that culture, did that megalithic culture and peoples, did they come from here originally in Brittany, in France? Maybe, who knows? So we're here, the Ménec alignment, part of Carnac. Just really trying to take all this in. Ménec itself, there's 3,000 standing stones across the alignments of Carnac, and the Ménec there is I think 1,169, so around 1,100 stones alone just at this part, which is quite incredible. And Le Ménec consists of 11 stone rows. Is there a reason for that? And also what you got here at Le Ménec, you can see behind me, is this massive big stone, which it looks very strange. It's quite out of place with the rest of the standing stones here. Perhaps this was a huge big menhir, perhaps it's broken, toppled over. But also next to the stone you can see like stones in the ground, so maybe it was some sort of platform underneath, who knows? So as we come to this top end of Le Ménec, the stones seem to get bigger. Look at the size of this bad boy behind me. What's that all about? You can see some of these stones are a lot bigger at this part of the Ménec than further down where they seem to get smaller. There's clearly a lot of thought gone into this site, and I don't know, my brain is just on overdrive at the moment. Stones upon stones upon stones, and you could spend hours, days just walking about this site. It's just unreal. I don't think there's anything quite like it on the planet. And they call Carnac France's version of Stonehenge. That's quite frankly ridiculous. That's a disservice to Karnak. Stonehenge is clearly an incredible site and probably the most famous in the world, but Carnac is on another level. And it's not a World Heritage site as far as I know, which is absolutely bonkers, makes no sense whatsoever. This is megalithic heaven, and anyone who's into your ancient past, or you know, trying to understand the ancients and what they were up to, Carnac is the place to be. You really need to come here. So one thing I'd read about Karnak is a potential link or connection with the pyramids of Giza. There's no doubt about it for me. As far as I'm concerned, there is a global connection with these sites. There was an ancient global advanced civilization. The Karnak itself dates from up to 4500 BC, so it's up to 7,000 years old. At least a couple of thousand years older than the pyramids of Giza. Again, if we were to believe the mainstream narrative when it comes to the dating and the pyramids. But be that as it may, one thing I'd read in terms of the alignment of these stones, that there is a connection in terms of the degrees, how they're lined up with at Giza. So at Giza, you've got the Valley Temple, Sphinx Temple. You've then got the causeway that leads up to the middle pyramid, Khafre, and the angle that it leads from the causeway up to that middle pyramid is similar or aligned to the angle, the alignment of these stones from each of the sites here at Karnak. Again, who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised, because this is clearly not the work of amateurs. This is clearly the work of people who are in tune with Mother Earth and nature, but also in terms of geometry and mathematics. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago we're talking. So what was really going on here? What was the purpose of this site? It's starting to get a wee bit wet and drizzly here. Scottish weather, and there's just stones that go on forever. It's unbelievable. This site is nothing like I've ever seen before. Stones absolutely everywhere. What an unbelievable place. Look at that. I'm absolutely soaked. At the top of this Ménec alignment, there's this big bad boy of a stone here. It looks like a menhir that's possibly split or broken in two. And the stone itself is massive, and the stones at this top bit are huge. Compared to the farther end, the stones are a lot smaller. So they seem to certainly bigger, larger and wider and taller up here for whatever reason. So let's go and have a look at this stone here. Karnak is the place to be. You really need to come here. So hopefully with this wee video it's given you a sense for it. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave us a comment below, and also subscribe to Rep in Nature. Alright, nice one.